Hello, my name is Trace Smith. This is going to be kind of the introductory, but like first video into my journaling series. Sorry. So I have about an hour before I have to go off the Civil Air Patrol. We'll get into that in a little bit. But in the meantime, I'm going to kind of talk to the camera while I make some food and prepare for my meeting. The goal of this is to kind of document my life on like a week by week basis, hopefully, unless I don't have access to my phone or camera or anything like that. Let's get into it. I'm gonna take the camera and kind of place it over here. And we'll check the positioning and check the video and see if that went good. I think it's gonna be a little lower. All right, so this is got some of the cooking ingredients. We're gonna be making some popcorn chicken today. I really like this stuff. Not too bad on the macros. Good protein. Also, I think the flavor, especially the Foster Farms brand for me, really does it for me. So let's get into the purpose initially on why I wanted to start this video journal. I'll just be kind of cooking while setting up, prepping, and stuff like that while going to that. So I'd say like my first main reason was I'm a senior in high school. The date is, today is November 3rd, 2025. And I'll be graduating this June. And right now I'm working deep in my college apps. My main schools I really want to go into some of the military academies. I want to have a military service and career, looking to do 10 plus years, hopefully. And on top of that, I really want to be an officer in the military. The main branches I'm looking at is the Air Force Academy and the Navy. Right now, as we speak, I would say Navy is kind of winning the scale. I'm really interested in being a Marine officer and a Marine aviator, among all things. But I think, I would be happy with an appointment to either school. The Army doesn't really pique my interest. I'm really focused on flying, and for me, that doesn't take into account helicopters. Not really interested in that type of stuff. But jets, that's totally my thing. Yeah. So let's go a little bit about me. My name's Trace Smith, if I didn't say that already. Trace Kyler Smith is my full name. I'm currently 17. My birthday is July 2nd. As I said before, I'm a senior in high school. I'm looking forward to it. Right now, I'd say my classes are, not really hard. I kind of wanted to take it easy my senior year. I did attempt calc, but I was a little worried on how the grades were going to be affecting my admission, because calculus math is definitely a struggle for me. Thankfully I passed pre-calc with flying colors, but calculus is that different monster. Now I'm looking to maybe going into semester 2. Right now it's quarter 2 of semester 1. Looking into semester 2, maybe finding a tutor, start prepping for freshman year, because that's an inevitable class to have. And good grades and excellence is something I want to bring into college, not just leave it behind in high school. I've been able to maintain a fairly good GPA. It's not amazing. I'm at about a 4.1, 10 to 12 weighted, but kind of messed around my freshman year and wasn't really locked in, so my weighted freshman to senior year is only 3.9. So quite a couple of drops down. My unweighted, I believe, sits around 3.8 from 9 to 10. Again, freshman year is really affecting that. That's only gotten 2 C's in my life, and one of those was in freshman year. The other was elementary school. Yes, we got the, I don't know how to show you. We have about maybe 15 pieces of chicken. That should be around 400, 500 calories. I don't know why it's important right now. Yeah, so that's about it for school. Right now, I'm kind of in the stage where I'm going through it. I decided to take data science as kind of a replacement for calc. And I hate coding with a passion. Definitely language in general seems not to be my thing. I did 3 years or 3 classes worth of Japanese, and man, I just really struggled in that class. I don't know what it is. I think, English is where I got my C freshman year, and I really struggled in AP Computer Science Principles, just language in general, whether that's coding, say math is a language, English, Japanese, foreign language, not my strong suit. What is my strong suit? I'd say history. I really enjoy it. I really want to go and after a flying career in the military into some type of strategic command, whether that's STRATCOM or, even on the front lines, maybe overviewing, planning battles. I think that would really be something down my alley. I play a lot of video games right now. Not to say video games is like the real thing, but from those video games I do play, it's almost exclusively strategy games. So just kind of shows the interest in that. Yeah. Let's get into a little bit about the academies, because I feel like that's really a big topic. Take the circle on back, but it's really a big topic for me. I'd say the academies it's been my goal for, really it's been in my head for about 3 years. Kind of figured it out, sophomore year, early sophomore year. But hey, that's kind of the path I want to go, flying, and I want to get through the academies. But junior year is like when I really started to kind of arrange my life to prepare me for the academy. Part of that's joining Civil Air Patrol. Touch on that in a second. But the other part of that is just like class-wise, how my character has evolved from sophomore to senior year. My attitude to things has really been influenced by the academies, and that being my goal, the high standard I have to meet. And to be honest with you, right now, almost being done with my naval application, about 70% done with my Air Force, I'm not feeling too good. It's I'd say I'm an average applicant. I'm not the smartest, don't have a good SAT score. I had about 1,300 super scored, so really kind of on the low end. Physically, I've been practicing for years, but started at a lower point, I feel. Not an excuse, though. But procrastination's always been a big problem with me, and that really affected me now. So physically, I'd say I'm also pretty average when it comes to it. But what it makes up, I think, is my character. It's the grit I have. It's the devotion I have. When I have my eyes set on a goal, I'll really target it. I'll put everything I got into it, even if that affects a burnout, which I'm currently feeling. I should probably eat this banana. It's kind of sitting in my hand. A big bite. Okay. Yeah. So really, I'm gonna finish banana. Throw it away. And I hate it when you get like the banana residue on your hands. It's a weird feeling. Probably should put this chicken away too. But yeah, I was lucky enough, kind of as to enjoy some fruits of my labor this summer. I was able to attend both both Air Force and Naval Academy summer seminar. And I would say going into it, I was very pro Air Force, right? I wanted to fly. That means I wanted to go to the Air Force, right? Pilots go to the Air Force Academy. But after experiencing both summer seminars, this is partly due to the restrictions because of altitude at the Air Force Academy, but I was really more physically and mentally challenged at the Naval Academy Summer Seminar. That was where they physically tested you. They kind of really put you into that mini academy environment, yelling at us every morning. They had more time with us. It was 6 days compared to the 4 at the Air Force. So not only was I able to build that camaraderie, but I was really able to kind of get a good glimpse of what it would be like to be a midshipman, which is what they call their students there, a midshipman at the Naval Academy. At the Air Force Academy, yes, one day they did this whole thing where they're being kind of scary and yelling at us, but it was all just like a scare tactic. So, I don't really, that's not, that didn't really speak to me compared to, especially since I went to the Navy first. So coming from the Navy and then going to a glorified 4-day tour with 1 day, well, not even day, but 1 hour of them being serious, you could see how my opinion swayed. And that opinion was only kind of moved by or improved on by me applying for Marine ROTC, which I have completed that application, thankfully. We went for early admission, so it's juicy. So we'll see what goes on. That was a dill pickle, by the way. Pretty good. I'm a pretty big fan of vinegary things like mustard, olives, pickles. Big fan of that stuff. But I was able to do the Marine ROTC application. I really feel like I'm not a big runner, and with Marine ROTC, you have to do a PT test, which is weighed. They look at that in your application. Same with the military academies. And I did that test, and I was able to max out the plank. That felt good, but pull-ups has always been a problem for me. I'm a little heavier and don't really have the muscles to match, so I was only able to really rep out 9 pull-ups, which is, it's passing, but it's like, all right, dude. And then I'm a bad runner on top of all that. I'm a swimmer, not a runner. So I was doing you have to do a 3-mile run, and I did about 8:15 pace, which is, I'm proud of it. It's good for me, especially coming from, a year ago I was running a 10-minute mile and only won. 3 miles would literally sound crazy to me. But at the same time, there are kids out there that are really physically fit and have this stuff. And, not to say that all of them don't want it as bad as me. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are people that want it more. But I really feel like I don't want to be overlooked just because someone's like, I'll apply for Marine ROTC. I'll apply to the academy. And they're just, athletically gifted, right? Or they're smart, compared to someone like me, which is, this is a dream. This is my dream. This is my goal right now. I'm going to put this in the fridge real quick. This is my goal. This is my dream to attend one of these academies or to get this ROTC scholarship, more importantly, to be a military officer. And, if I don't get this, it's going to be a major setback for me. It might be a year-long setback, or it might be a 4-year-long setback, But, by all means, the academies are not going to be a make it or break it for me. I'm going to be a Marine officer, Marine or Air Force. So I'm going to be a military officer. That will not change. I'll find a way there. I'll go to officer training school. I'll join a ROTC detachment without getting the scholarship, something. But I'm gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna make it there. I'm gonna make it to a Marine officer. Keep on saying Marine officer. You can kind of see where I'm leaning. I'm gonna be a military officer. That's for sure. Enough about academies. Enough about the military. Talk a little bit more about me. I'm really into politics. I kind of grew up in I'd say an interesting environment politically. My parents, my mom was pretty left, and my dad fairly right. So it was interesting to see how that collided. I'd say politics compared to 2008 to 2025 have gotten a lot more severe in a manner, and I mean by that is like the ability to talk about it openly is getting pretty hard. It's more of, you don't agree with me, so I'm just going to argue with you, call you a name, or make an assumption about you. I'm sure that plays into calling a name, but you get where I'm going with this. And that's not good. You know, I strongly believe after the military, I want to become a politician. I think it would be amazing if I could be a congressman or a senator. That may or may not happen. Who knows what God has laid out in front of me. But yeah, I think that'd really be something. I want to make a difference in my country, United States of America. Because right now it's in a rough state. It's in a rough state. You see people just not able to talk. Charlie Kirk, you know, no matter whose side you are on, if you believe he had it coming, I mean, come on, dude. Really? Like death. That's death. The congresswoman in Minnesota that was killed, and that reaction compared to Charlie Kirk's death, it's like night and day. Charlie Kirk was a very important political figure, but you know, he got a casket flew on Air Force One, half-mast for the flag, and this congresswoman dies. Congresswoman, elected American political official, dies, assassinated. The robbers killed the dog too. That's pretty sick. I don't even know if the robber. It was a hit. It was a hit. I don't think it was robbers. Robbery gone wrong. The assassins. I mean, this congresswoman dies, and we won't even put our flag at half-mast. The president barely commented on it. I don't even think he officially sent out condolences. And even if this congresswoman was of the other political party, that's no excuse, right? That's no excuse. This is a fellow American that died, and I think that's what's missing from America right now. We're divided politically and not unified as one, which you see it in the streets all the time. You see that schools. I'm from the Bay Area, a very liberal area. I think of myself more middle ground, but that will get me labeled as a conservative, as a Trump supporter, which not necessarily. I support the United States government, whoever that may be, right? I don't think that excuses injustices done by the government. I think they should be held accountable for anything they do wrong, but at the same time, that doesn't mean I'm going to burn an American flag. You know what I mean? Because there's so many countries in the world that restrict a multitude of rights, that we have the ability to burn our own country's flag speaks volume on the freedom that we have. I'm going to take the camera, kind of keep on going. I have to sort of kind of get dressed in my uniform right now. But yeah, as I was saying, the fact that we have that ability, it speaks volume on where we are as a country. Yeah. So that's where I am politically. Kind of in that middle sweet spot, some might want to say. Yeah. That was some pretty crazy stuff, pretty heavy stuff right there. For whoever may be watching this, maybe it's just me in a couple of days or in a couple of years. That would be kind of cool, huh? Okay, I'm going to change. I'll continue to talk, but I'll be off camera. So I got the Bluetooth mic. Actually, no. Sorry, we're taking you again. We're gonna go shave. I gotta shave before anything. Shave, eat, then I'll get in my uniform. Yeah. Let me make sure this is still recording. I'll get back in while we're in the bathroom. Okay. Here we are. Close the door here. Here we are back in the bathroom. Yeah, let's get shaven. I think we were having some good kind of conversation here, so keep it going. You know, as I'm talking, I think I'm kind of realizing this is going to be very much more of a just kind of getting thoughts out on, I was going to say paper, but video. It's kind of a weird angle. This is me looking straight right now. Kind of weird, but be okay. Yeah, so let's move away. Let's move away from that topic. Other than that, I've been doing, a lot of extracurriculars. I talked about a little bit there for the academies, how I kind of tailored my life. When I say life, I kind of tailored at least my academic and extracurricular life for the academies. And I know that's kind of weird, but it's really transformed into more. One of that, so we'll finally touch on it, is Civil Air Patrol. So, get it over my lips real quick. Civil Air Patrol is it's a real interesting program. It's really helped me grow a lot. It's been a massive part of, I'd say, my development and leadership capabilities. But essentially, it's a JROTC. My school doesn't offer JROTC, so we don't have Air Force or Army JROTC so at my campus. So instead, I drive about 30 minutes out every Monday to a meeting, a little clubhouse at an airfield. That's where I have my Civil Air Patrol meetings. And that's the official title, CAP, Civil Air Patrol. We're the Air Force Auxiliary. What does that mean? We're like, to put it shortly, we're like the Air Force's baby. They might call on us to help with a search and rescue stuff, or down plane, or all that good stuff. We do a lot of stuff, surveillance, and this is an adult and cadet, younger, under 18, adult and cadet program. I'm, of course, cadet. I joined about 2 years ago, coming up. And I've progressed really fast. So we do have a ranking system. We wear the U.S. uniform, the Air Force uniform. And we have our own ranking system that closely follows the Air Force. Right now, I hold the rank on the top NCO rank, which is like a sergeant level NCO, non-commissioned officer. I hold the title of Chief Master Sergeant. So my cadets they'll greet me with like Chief, good morning Chief, or good evening Chief. And that's to, you know, we're not running around playing army. We're trying to instill discipline and military values within our cadets, right? I had to do it, and I still do it to my superiors, to officers. But we'll just say, "Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am." Yeah, so we do have a rank kind of hierarchy here. In my squadron, I'm definitely one of the higher ranking cadets. I was blessed with the position of Alpha Flight Commander. So Alpha is one of the flights we have. A flight is like a squad, per se. So I have about 15 cadets underneath my belt, and I'm in charge of their training. It's kind of a cool little responsibility to be trusted with a 17-year-old, but yeah, I think it's really helped me, starting out from a follower. I think for the majority of your life in high school, you are a follower, and when you start out in Civil Air Patrol, you're still a follower. Not to say that I'm not a follower at my current stage in Civil Air Patrol, but going from follower to teacher, that was my previous position in flight sergeant. But now it's transformed into mentor. Now, my flight sergeant will be the one teaching them drill, but I'm making the schedule. I'm having one-on-one sit-ins with cadets, asking them how things are going, getting to know, how can I help benefit this cadet to succeed, not only in the program, but in life. And that's something that's pretty crazy for like a 17-year-old to be doing. And I really enjoy it. That's why it's really driven the passion to go past. Because initially when I first wanted to go the academies, the military, it was pilot. Over time, it's transformed into being an officer in the military. Making a difference, saving lives, fighting for my country, protecting my country, and doing that through the leadership skills I've gained and been taught. And hopefully one day that those skills will allow me to save someone's life or save multiple lives. Who knows? But yeah, we're gonna go back into the kitchen now, do a little cut there. Okay. Done with the bathroom, face is shaved, feeling good. Now we have about 3 minutes until the chicken's done. So let's circle back to Civil Air Patrol. Well, for me, it's circling back. For you, it should be pretty close. Yeah, that's one aspect of it. It's also given me opportunities to fly, which really helped solidify my desire to be in the cockpit. Yeah, and overall, it's grown to something. I initially joined just so this will look good on my transcript to the academies, but it's turned into passion to see my cadets succeed. I mean, today we have an inspection. I'm hoping that they go well, but when it does go well, it's, it really feels good. Really feels good to know that you help these cadets transform themselves to accomplish a goal, whether that's meeting the requirements for a inspection or not. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. It's 1 minute left. Yeah, let's circle over to. Let's circle over to kind of my work ethic. I think it's been a big thing on my mind nowadays, and the point of this journal is to kind of get some stuff off of my mind. Chocolate raisin. So yeah, work ethic. My work ethic stinks. That's the truth. To put it kindly, you know, whew, it's a hot oven. Well, heat radiation for you. Yeah, my work ethic stinks. It's procrastination, something I've been really working with even now. I need to knock out my Air Force Academy essays. And not to mention, I haven't even started my UC applications. I'm going to take the chicken out of the oven real quick. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to show you. This is the chicken right here. And it was like, I don't know if you can hear it. It was like, almost like screaming. It was kind of weird. I don't know. Yeah, let's, I'm going to find a place to kind of rest you. Oof, this is going to be bad. Yeah, paper towel to stand here. No, I'll just hold it. Yeah, but I don't know, man. What was I even talking about? UC applications. Yeah, I feel kind of lied to. I don't think we have any plates, but I went into college apps kind of thinking that I saw my pickled stuff. Can't be pickled chicken. I went into my UC apps, really flip the camera, thinking UC and Common App. I went into my UC and Common App thinking this stuff's gonna be easy. You know, I'll just do what I always do, kind of talk shit, because, you know, I've written all my Naval Academy essays. Still need to write my Air Force Academy essays. But I had to write essays for all my nominations, and essay. I have like a 8-page document of essays. And now going into it, looking at all the colleges, you know, backup colleges I'm applying for, and seeing, oh, well, each one wants like 3 separate essays, and that's really demoralizing. All right, well, what have I been doing? I do not enjoy writing. Actually, I'm gonna eat over here. I don't enjoy writing. It's annoying to me. I'd rather, what I do is I kind of do the voice command on here, and I'll do the voice command, and then I'll speak out my essay. And then, you know, it takes more editing to kind of do, because I'm speaking off the tongue. But I also feel like it kind of gives a authentic me. No. Pretty good chicken. Missing one thing though. Actually, I'm gonna need one of those cups. Okay, it's missing sriracha. We got some kombucha, one of my favorite drinks here. Though I don't know if I'm loving this lemon berry one. It's a little too lemonade-like for me. I don't drink kombucha for it to taste like another drink. I drink it for it to taste like kombucha. All right. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get a cup here. Yeah, but very demoralized. Work ethic's kind of really low right now. Last year I was doing really good as class president. Things were going great. And yeah, work ethic was there. I was working hard. Now it's just like kind of like, all right, it's grind time. Well, last year was also grind time, but you know, we're grinding. We're in the grind. And just kind of waiting to see the results. Oh. Kind of weird. I really thought I'd be eating in front of the camera. Probably cut this out. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'll catch you back in 10 minutes. All right, sorry for the jump here. Kind of got carried away with time while I was eating. So I'm driving my way to Civil Air Patrol now. Not too bad. It's like a 5-minute drive. Just like to kind of close off while I'm driving here, though. So I'll make sure to keep my eyes on the road. You guys can catch the fit. This is my Civil Air Patrol outfit. It's Air Force uniform, so we got everything. I'm missing my ribbon rack, but that's okay. Don't always have to wear it. Today's our blues day. Some people are getting promotions. I'm not promoting today. I'll probably promote next month, hopefully. But yeah. So let's close up kind of where we got. I'm not quite sure where we left off from. I know I was eating, but there's a car coming. Okay, we'll see. Give me a second. Yeah, I think it's a good place to kind of close it off. So overall, I'm really excited to get this video journal starting. Hopefully this video shared a decent amount of information. There'll be some questions. Maybe I'll think of some questions I can answer myself in future videos. If for whatever reason you're watching this and like to ask a question yourself, comments will be open. Yeah, I'm not really looking for this thing to blow up. Don't really care if it does or it doesn't. Won't affect how these videos are tailored. At the end of the day, this is for me so I can look back 20, 40 years from now and kind of see how far I've grown. Who knows when I'll stop it? Maybe this will be a 10-month thing, a 1-month thing, or something like that, or it might be a couple years. But yeah, I want to see how I grow. Got a lot of big things coming up in my life. A lot of changes are coming my way next couple months. It'll be real good to have something to look back towards. But that'll be it for today. All I have to say, yeah, thank you if you're watching and you enjoyed the video. That's awesome. Glad I could make your day. All right, see you next week.